How's it going, you guys? Epic here with another tutorial this week on the calm, precision, pump front tuck, Webster, whatever you guys want to call it. So let me demonstrate one real quick and we'll go through breaking it down. Very fun movement and probably one of the most famous when it comes to open gym sessions. So there you have it, the calm, precision, pop front. When it comes to landing on this part here, you don't necessarily have to land at precision. If you have a big block like this, you can obviously land one foot in front of the other. That way it'll enable you to do that lift and push concept much easier. So let's start from the beginning. When it comes to the actual calm motion, depending on how far it is, if it's really far, you want to get your chest closer to it. Because when you're running up to it, you have that momentum that you need, but a lot of people will come up to their calms like this. And that kind of stops your momentum. So make sure when you're going into your calm motion, you want to drop your center, reach up, and have your chest be close to it. That way, your chest is close to something, and your hands are here. You push up as your chest is passing, and you actually traject your body forward. That way, you'll send your body a lot further than you would if you were just to run up and just, boom, pop on over it. Upon going over it, you want to come out of the calm with your chest up. If you just come with your chest backwards, you're going to hit the precision and fall back. If you come with your chest forward, you're going to hit the precision and fall forward. You want to have a lot of control over your momentum. So pay attention to your posture when you're doing this. Make sure that when you're coming out of your calm, you're not coming out like that. Otherwise, you're going to send your legs way too high. When you bring your legs up, you don't want to bring them up high like you're going to do a handstand. Just bring them up nice and naturally. Don't focus too much on your legs. The only thing you really need to focus on is just getting your legs over the first block you're going on, and then playing that precision. When it comes to planting on the precision, like I said before, you don't have to land on that edge, but if you want to, go for it. What I like to do is try and add a pop motion. The one thing I don't want you guys to do is when you're landing under that second obstacle, do not punch into that because that sends a shock up your legs and it destroys your knees over time. That's why I got this guy on. So make sure when you're going into it, if you're going to land 2 feet at the same time, try to cushion it. If you have your chest upright or kind of back a little bit, land and cushion that body leaning forward after you land so your momentum kind of shifts with the foot being the pivot point, and then as you go forward out of it, you reach up and pop into that front flip. When you're coming out of that front flip, look for the ground and spot that landing. If you want to do the 1-2 step where you instead of landing 2 feet together and land with your feet out and forward, one in front of the other, just think about whichever leg is dominant. So for example, I'm right leg dominant, so I have my right foot in front. So out of that calm motion, and I come to the precision part, I make sure I bring one foot kind of further than the other so I can land here and shift my weight. 1, 2, and then I apply the what? Lift and push concept. So as you're going forward, lift that back leg, push off that bottom one, and then flip. When you're doing that lift and push concept, if you want to, when you want to use your arms and your whole body overall, your arms don't want to go like that. Because if you throw them down, then you're going to go down. You want to make sure you reach them kind of out and then pop them up. Or don't start with them up here. If anything, start with them here and throw down and pull up. So your momentum will kind of loop. And also when it comes to the Webster part, or the whole front foot part, you want your chest to be kind of above where your legs are. So if you're doing this this front flip motion here, when you're doing that Webster, you don't want to be too far back here when you're popping the front, and you don't want to be way over here, or you're going to over-miss it. You're going to either over-rotate or under-rotate. So to really get that pop motion, you want to kind of do it with your chest is just above your foot, where it's almost like you're just doing that ballerina pose, like here, and you're popping into that Webster. So as you're coming out, shift, push, lift that back leg, pop off that bottom one, and then pop, Webster. When it comes to landing, if you get a lot of height, good. A way to get a lot of height out of that is as you're coming out of it, reach up. Believe it or not, some of the best front flips are done when you actually set with your arms up because it sends your body up and then the whole tucking motion happens. So when you learn to feel the momentum, you start to feel the rotation, you start to feel the right time, the proper time to actually rotate and tuck as you're hitting your peak. So you're kind of going up here at your peak, tucking, and then your momentum just kind of loops. And after that, look for the ground, plant the feet, don't land in a stomp. If anything, land in a safety tap and cushion, land and roll, or land however you feel comfortable. Find your own way, which is probably the most important part, is finding what works for you. Here's some slow-mo. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the slow-mo. Again, this is a tutorial for the calm, precision, front flip. I'm Epic. Take great care.
And stay positive.